Recap of Season 8, Episode 2 of Real Housewives of Potomac. Real Housewives of Potomac's Season 8 opener threw viewers right back into the Robin Dixon and Juan Dixon drama. Those two have made it quite evident that they don't give a damn about what people think of their peculiar arrangement. We don't care if they don't. The delicious non-Dixon storylines that began to develop in the second episode of Season 8 are what we are interested in. While some of the women are attempting to advance in their careers, others are only struggling to make ends meet. Then, a much-needed new dynamic is added to the group with the arrival of a new Real Housewife. Now let's get started. The events of Season 8, Episode 2 of The Real Housewives of Potomac are detailed here. Present is Nneka Ihim. There's a new housewife in Potomac. Nneka Ihim, please. She is an American-Nigerian lawyer who was introduced to Ashley Darby by a buddy from high school. She made it known that she is not in Great Falls, having recently moved to Potomac with her spouse, Dr. Akenet Ike Ihim. Not in Baltimore, that is. She possesses the zip code to indicate that she resides in Potomac. Her spouse owns a nightclub and practices medicine. She works in fintech and is a lawyer. Thus, we are dealing with a new RHOP power couple. Although they haven't had children yet, they are eagerly seeking to do so. Nneka claimed that she begins each day with a glass of champagne and a clutch of prenatal vitamins. She will therefore blend right in with this group. Apart from her obsession with champagne, Nneka is also very shady. She poured serious shade at Dr. Wendy Osifo for utilizing the title doctor in her name over a luncheon with Ashley. Is she a medical doctor? She questioned Ashley. Ashley and Nneka also talked about the myth that was going around regarding Wendy, according to which she and her family were Osu, according to a blog. This turned out to be an intriguing little cultural lesson about Nigeria. Despite the mess, we studied about the Osu, the people hated and cursed. The Igbo caste system places them at the bottom, therefore charging Wendy's family with being in this category was offensive. Ashley wanted to hear another Nigerian person's opinion on the rumor because she is a messy and nosy person. However, she prepared Nneka for a disorganized group introduction in the process. Karen and Mia just shake hands. When Maya Thornton spread a rumor about Karen having intimate with an unidentified man in a bar's restroom, Karen Huger and Mia Thornton's Season 7 tensions erupted. Maya felt that Karen had been duped, and she wanted to set things right. Thus, they got together for a new conversation and fresh air. With Mia, Karen's guard was fully up as they exchanged greetings. She merely shook hands with her friend. Just shake hands, please. They decided to end their feud after talking through their differences, although Karen was quite clear that she intended to maintain some distance from Mia. She and Giselle Bryant are in the same bucket. Although they can be amicable, there is a significant lack of trust. Mia and Karen will be limited to handshakes for the time being. That is what occurs when you visit Karen and Ray Huger's institution. Candiace is prepared for a big record label. Candiace Dillard Bassett is putting all of her attention into her singing profession this season. She disclosed in the first episode that she paid for the tour herself, or through her mother's pocket, for 6 figures. She's prepared to sign a record deal with a major label and make money from her singing career. In this episode, Candiace and her manager were mostly concerned with finalizing the details of Candiace's Deep Space tour. Opening acts were needed to fill in the dates. Her management brought up the possibility of Drew Sidora opening for her on her upcoming tour stop in Chicago. They performed together in Atlanta, which we saw on Season 15 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's her hometown. Candiace pouted as soon as Drew's name was mentioned. A painful side-eye was exchanged with an awkward silence. How did Drew acquire so much shade? Is her suffering not enough? I don't feel like I need to do anything more musically with her, Candiace continued. Drew or anyone else notable doesn't need to bring butts to seats. You would believe that Candiace was organizing an arena tour with more than 50 dates based on her demeanor. It was, in fact, only a few gigs in a couple of city wintry venues. In any case, Drew responded to the spontaneous shade on social media. That bridge was presumably just set on fire permanently. This is the third year in a row that Dr. Wendy's plot is a clumsy business concept. It started with the candles. She then intended to start a lounge and restaurant serving Nigerian food. Her most recent business venture is to become a talk show host. Now that Wendy Williams is no longer on television, it seems like Dr. Wendy is prepared to take the lead as Wendy of Talk. She clarified that she intended for the program to be a combination of comedy and politics. Her objective is to get a major network to pick up the show. Though it's a ridiculous notion, we do enjoy a little fantasy in our Real Housewives. Wendy went looking for studio premises for the program even though she hasn't even thought of a title yet. It's similar to how, the previous year, she was scheming where to put a restaurant without having any firm ideas on what the establishment would look like. What imaginary company is she going to start next? She will most likely discuss her future line of low-calorie margaritas in Season 9. Ashley's welcome home. This season, Ashley has a lot to be thankful for. She is not just the happy owner of a brand new home, but also of Demi and Diamond, her two new breasts. Ashley threw a lavish housewarming party for everyone, aside from Candiace, to celebrate the new beginnings and the new CCs. Giselle brought 2 6-packs of Coronas, Ashley's go-to beverage, to the celebration. Then, in a comical turn of events, Karen and Cherise Jackson Jordan showed up dressed nearly alike. Even though this isn't the first time these two have been unintentional twins, Karen still won't accept Cherise. Wendy was immediately offended when Deborah Williams showed up at the party, because Deborah was the one who came up with the Happy Eddie story from the previous year. Deborah is a character on Sesame Street, therefore Wendy shouldn't worry too much about her, because nobody can watch her on screen and not be reminded of Candiace's description of her. Wendy will never be able to forget that read, so she can rest easily. Ashley's housewarming party gave her a chance to show off her new house and boobs, as well as introduce Nneka to the other members of the cast. Wendy was excitedly presented to her by Ashley, who mentioned that they were both 8-bo. Although it would seem that these two would hit it off right away, Ashley's messy behavior will prevent that from happening. Ashley pulled Wendy aside for a private talk at the end of the show, during which she exposed all of Nneka's dubious remarks about her. Wendy was obviously taken aback because she had anticipated falling in love with another Nigerian housewife. Wendy clarified that her family is not from Osu and brought up her party in Nigeria from Season 5. She claimed that there wouldn't have been such a fantastic turnout if her family had actually been ignored. In any case, Wendy finds it offensive that they're discussing unverified allegations once more. Though Nneka had no business approaching Wendy in this manner, let's not overlook Ashley's role in this. She acted as though she and Wendy would be best friends when she brought Nneka to the group, only to cause tension between them. Girl, we see you. Even though Ashley moved, had bigger breasts, and started a new life without her ex, she is still the same clumsy housewife she has always been. Thanks you.